been exactly 7 days since I got my hands on a unit of Sony's new flagship earbuds, the WF-1000XM6. I've actually used their predecessors, the XM5s, in the past, but to be honest, I was never really thrilled by them. So I was looking forward to seeing if the new iteration could change my mind. And let me tell you right out of the gate, there is absolutely no comparison. You may ask yourself, why would you get another pair of expensive premium earbuds? Yeah, that's pretty easy. These can be daily drivers. They sit comfortably in your ears, much more comfortably than the XM5s, despite their unusual shape. They block out the world and are perfect for commuting or focusing on work. While this was technically also the goal for the XM5s, the 6s have a bunch of new and upgraded features that I really enjoy and that make them stand out in the highly competitive market of flagship earbuds. Let's talk about the three main differences that could potentially sway you to actually buy a pair. The first one is the upgraded noise cancellation. And to be honest, to me, after using them for 7 days straight, this makes quite a difference compared to older models and many other, well, earbuds. Sony upgraded the hardware to an 8 microphone array, up from 6 on the XM5s. Noise cancellation, especially with the busy street or when riding the train, often breaks your focus. But the noise cancellation in the XM6 is incredibly good when it comes to blocking out low-end rumbles, well, like air conditioners or keyboard clatter, if they sit right. Well, especially since they are not fully closing you off entirely from your surroundings. And this isn't the only thing. The earbuds feature a new adaptive NC optimizer which listens to your environment and automatically adjusts the noise cancellation performance when you move from a quiet office to a noisy street. And I tested this and this works really well for automation. But as always, there is a slight catch to great new tech. The battery life is still stuck at 8 hours of continuous playback with 24 hours total in the case. Yeah, good, but it's no real upgrade of the last 3 generations. This of course is no deal breaker. 8 hours is plenty enough for a normal day. And we're talking about ANC actually turned on. Now, speaking of the case, I actually really like what Sony did here. Some people might point out that it's surprisingly bulkier and taller than before, but to me, it's actually much better than the old one. It finally has a flat top and bottom, which means it actually stands upright on your desk, and of course it still supports wireless charging. So in terms of design evolution, I think the new case is a solid step up. Reason number 2, comfort and a new design. So scientifically speaking, the earbuds are actually 11% slimmer than the XM5s and they feature a new matte plastic finish instead of the slippery glossy one. To be honest, they still look pretty chunky, but it was still very comfortable to wear them for hours. The pressure you normally get with big earbuds is reduced greatly with the XM6 because they feature a subtle indentation that anchors right into the cavity of your ear. I did not have a single day this week where I had ear fatigue, which often happens with other flagship earbuds after a long listening session. I'm actually looking at you both. Also, there are 4 sizes of memory foam tips included in the box. I know that's not that much, but it's good enough. And they help you secure them in your ears, and I only had a few moments where I wished they had actually included some ear wings for working out or an extra much bigger tip size, since the fit can be actually tricky for some of you out there. And reason number 3 isn't actually the great variety of in-app features which actually got better over the last years, or the new 32-bit processing, or the 10-band custom equalizer you can choose to tweak your music with, which I actually enjoyed immensely, especially the customization option. No, none of that. It's the regular, plain and old thing that makes earbuds, well, earbuds. It's the sound quality. It's really good. So good that I actually have to say, due to the newfound natural warmth and expressive details, I regularly use them over my other headphones for just listening to a podcast or music on the go or watching a YouTube video. This was the first thing that I actually noticed while using these earbuds. The changed, let's call it richer sound quality. They make instruments and vocals sound incredibly, for lack of better terms, believable. And like I said, completely blow most other earbuds out of the water. If this is good, is to be considered, because here's how I would actually describe their overall vibe. The XM6 are basically the pop music equivalent of the earbud world. They are tuned to be great at absolutely everything, making them the ultimate all-rounders. And That is a good thing for normal users who use them daily. However, if you are looking for something highly specialized, let's say you want to blast some heavy metal, I actually prefer the sound of the final tonality earbuds as an example. Their sound profiles can or are adapted specifically to your ear canal, which I find much better for those dense heavy guitar tracks. But hey, at the end of the day, audio is entirely subjective and just a matter of taste. Speaking of sound and quality, the only really gripe I have with the XM6 is a weird quirk that I found with the active noise cancellation. And this is very technical. It regularly changes the frequency response when you turn ANC off. So, meaning with ANC enabled you get a nice bass emphasis, but when you switch to ambient mode or you turn it off, the sound signature loses some of that punch. This is probably I think I had this on the XM5s as well, but I don't remember. And speaking of gripes, I also have to mention, well, the price tag at $330, 300 euros. They are more expensive than most of their bigger rivals. So, are these great earbuds for daily use? Yeah, definitely. If you are an avid normal user, yeah. These are probably the best Sony earbuds yet. With a price tag of $330, it's a steep deal in my opinion, but for the regular user upgrading from an older model, or if you are looking for a one-time buy of those true premium earbuds, yeah, I think so. In my opinion, the sweet spot would be if you can find them on sale like the older models, but that won't happen for the next year. But the new features, the much better mic quality for calls and the incredible ANC makes for a massive upgrade. Especially if you, like me, weren't fully convinced by the previous generation. So if you really want a new flagship pair, I can recommend them. The XM6 are the best all-around earbuds right now. The XM5s, on the other hand, are also good and available for mostly half the price. So you need to decide. That's it from me for now. My name is Leech and I'm off writing the next scripts. If you like this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. Plenty more reviews and audio nerdery coming your way soon. Have a great day, see you around, and goodbye.